Good day, everyone, future nurses. Now let's proceed to our next discussions in community health nursing, two in terms of the different fields of community health nursing. So first, we need to discuss what is occupational health nursing. So in the Philippines, the lead government agency for occupational safety and health or yung OSH na tinatawag natin is the Department of Labor and Employment or yung DOLE na tinatawag. So DOLE is responsible for creating rules, which is the rule making, if enforcing rules, which is a rule enforcement to protect workers health and safety. So ang pinaka-legal basis natin dito, the DOLE implements the OSH programs based on the Philippines Constitution, the Philippine Labor Code. These laws give DOLE the authority to set and enforce standard and policies that ensure safe and healthy working conditions for all our Filipino workers. So ano po bang role ng ating occupational health nurse? So number one, we have to conduct health assessment of the workers, provides first aid and emergency care. Third one, promotes health education and safety training, and then monitors the work environment for hazard, and also coordinates with employers and government agencies like the DOLE. So in summary mga anak, in the Philippines, DOLE is the main government body in charge of occupational health and safety. So it ensures that the rights of worker to a safe and healthy workplace are protected, with occupational health nurses playing a vital role in carrying out these goals. Okay. So, occupational health nursing in the Philippine context, occupational health nursing is a subspecialty of public health nursing that focus on protecting and promoting the health of workers in all types of jobs. So, ang role ng DOLE at ng OSH in the Philippines, the Department of Labor and Employment is the lead agency for ensuring the work safety and health. And also, yung DOLE po natin operates through its Occupational Safety and Health Center, which develops and enforces safety standards, provides training and technical assistance, promote healthy and safe workplace. So, the national profile of OSH natin is develop the national profile of occupational safety and health, which defines as occupational safety health as the promotions and maintenance of the highest degree of physical, mental, and social well-being of a worker in all occupations. So this shows that the OSH is not just about preventing injuries, but about the total worker well-being. Okay? And then we have the birth of a nursing subspecialty. So as a public health nurses support the government's effort in OSH, a new subspecialty emerged, which is the occupational health nursing. So it combines the principle of public health and workplace safety, focuses on preventing occupational diseases and injuries, promotes health and productivity in workforce, and work closely in DOLE with DOLE employers and employees. So, in short, the Union of Public Health Nursing with the government occupational safety goal has to lead the rise of occupational health nursing, which is a subspecialty dedicated to ensuring that workers are not only safe from harm but also physically, mentally, and socially well. So this aligns with the national vision of a healthy and productive workforce. Okay, let's talk about the occupational health nursing multidisciplinary framework. So, occupational health nursing draws a wide range of disciplines to address the complex health needs of the workers. So, this is a broad theoretical and factual base, ensure comprehensive care and effective workplace health interventions. Number one here, we have the nursing science that is the core foundation of care delivery that focuses on the health needs of our individuals, groups, and populations. And it emphasizes on prevention, health promotions, illness injury management, risk assessment, management, and communications. Number two, we have your medical science. In medical science, that is guides the treatment and clinical management of occupational illnesses. So like yung dermatitis or respiratory conditions. Also, in the work-related injuries like the fractures and strains. And also supports nursing surveillance activities, helping to track and manage the health outcomes over time. And then we have your occupational health sciences, that is including the toxicology, that meaning understand the exposure of routes, example the inhalation, skin, or ingestion. And then examine the effects of chemical agents like the cancer or burns. And also in occupational health sciences, interprets dose-response relationship. Okay, and then meron din yung industrial hygiene. In the industrial hygiene, identifies and evaluate workplace hazards and helps control exposure through engineering and administrative controls. And then we have your epidemiology, that is studies, trends, and patterns of health and disease in worker population. So they investigate outbreaks, cluster of illnesses, work-related injury incidents, and provide the evidence base for prevention and policy making. So in summary, occupational health nursing is not just about first aid in the workplace, it's a comprehensive practice that is grounded in multiple sciences. By integrating nursing, medical, occupational health, and epidemiologic knowledge, nurses can prevent disease and injury, promote well-being, advocate for safe and healthy work environments, and this multidisciplinary approach ensures that care is scientifically good or scientifically sound, prevention focused, and worker centered. And then the other one, we have also the business and economic. So, Churis supports strategies and operational planning, helps in valuing quality and cost-effective services that is essential for budgeting, resource allocation, justifying occupational health programs, demonstrating return on investment for workplace health and safety. And then we have also the social and behavioral sciences, that is analyze the impact of social interactions, workplace culture, and behavioral patterns on health. So it helps understand worker attitudes and motivations, address issues like substance use, stress, burnout, and job satisfactions, and also design behavior change interventions. And we have environmental health. So examine how air, water, climate, noise, and other environmental factors interact with workplace health and provide for the basis for hazard identification, pollution control, environmental monitoring, sustainable work practices. And last one, we have the legal and ethical issues, that is ensures compliance with the occupational health laws. Okay, di ba may mga rules and regulations and the Philippine Labor Code. Workers' rights and protections, and also here in legal and ethical issues, addresses the ethical challenges such as confidentiality of health data, informed consents, balancing worker welfare with employer interests. So in summary, occupational health nurses integrates clinical expertise with business acumen, behavioral insight, environmental awareness, and ethical judgment to manage holistic and effective health program in the workplace. So these multidisciplinary foundations equips them to lead health initiative, advocate for a safe environment, make data-informed decisions, navigate a regulatory and ethical landscape. Ultimately, this broad knowledge base enables evidence-based, efficient, and ethical occupational health practice. These are the skill competencies for occupational health nursing. Okay, we have clinical and primary care. So, clinical and primary care, that is provide direct care services to worker. Example, the treatment of injuries or emergency care. And then also here we perform health assessment and screenings. Okay, and then we have your manage chronic conditions and acute illnesses in the workplace. So that is for clinical and primary care. And then how about in case management? Coordinates care for injured or ill worker, ensure timely return to work planning, and then being a liaison with other healthcare provider, insurer, and employer. Okay, in workforce and workplace and environmental issues, these are the assess and respond to work-related risk and hazard, and also understand the job demands, ergonomic factors, and work environments. And also here we have the advocate for safe and healthy work conditions. Okay? In the legal and ethical responsibilities naman mga anak, that is for maintain worker confidentiality, comply with labor code, occupational safety and health laws, and navigate the ethical dilemmas like conflict between employee rights and employer interests. In the management and administration, that is for plan, organize, and evaluate occupational health programs, and supervise staff and manage resources, prepare reports, and maintains documentations. Okay? And health promotions and disease preventions, that is implement wellness program like smoking cessation, stress management, and also educates our workers about healthy lifestyle practices. Okay, and how to prevent occupational diseases and injuries through proactive intervention. Okay? In occupational and environmental health safety education naman mga anak is more on the educate employees on the use of PPE, hazard identification, and safety procedure. And also promote here about the awareness about the environmental and chemical hazard. And also here we train workers on emergency preparedness and responses. Next one, we have the research. In research naman, participate in or conduct studies that is related to occupational health, use data to support evidence-based practice, and evaluate outcomes of health interventions and programs. In professionalism, that is more on the upholds ethical standards and professional conduct, and engage in continuous learning and certifications, and demonstrate the leadership, accountability, and advocacy in practice. Lastly, in legislations and occupational health, that is more on stay updated with local and international occupational health laws, interpret and apply the labor code and safety regulations, and advise management on compliance and legal standards. So ang key insights lang natin dito mga anak, the occupational health nurses combine clinical practice or expertise, public health knowledge, administrative ability, and the regulatory awareness to protect and promote the health of workers across diverse setting. Okay, let's proceed to the school health nursing. Okay, ang overview lang nito na school health nursing is a specialized field of community and public health nursing that focus on promoting and protecting the mental and physical well-being of our students. So it plays a critical role in supporting academic achievement and a positive school experience by addressing the health needs that can affect learners or learning. So what are the purpose of importance of this? We have ensured access to health services and health education for the students of all ages, support academic performance by reducing the health-related barriers to learning, ano pa, promote a sense of well-being, resilience, and healthy behavior among students, and create a safe and supportive school environment. So ang role dito ng school nurse is health services, provide first aid, emergency care, and medication administrations, conduct health screening like vision, hearing, or anything that is more on the health screening. Monitor and manage chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, or epilepsy. And also coordinates with parents, teachers, and healthcare providers. At hindi rin mawawala ang health education and teach students about the nutrition, hygiene, puberty, mental health, substance abuse, and reproductive health. So also, isang role pa nito is to empower students to make healthy lifestyle choices, collaborate in developing in comprehensive health curriculum, and mental health support. So we need to identify signs of emotional distress, bullying, or abuse, provide basic counseling, and refer to mental professions when needed. And also, support stress management and emotional well-being programs, and disease prevention and health promotions to implement immunization program and infection control practices. Okay, marami pang trabaho niyan like advocacy family, personal hygiene and sanitations, and a lot more. So, ang palagi natin tatandaan that school health nurses serve as an advocate educators and caregivers, playing a vital role in fostering healthier school communities where our students are ready to learn and thrive. Okay. These are the school health services comprehensive school health education. So meron tayong tinatawag na school health curriculum. So the school health curriculum is a vital component of school health nursing and education. So it is designed to motivate and assist the students in maintaining and improving their health, preventing disease, reducing health-related risk behavior, focus on holistic development, enabling students to gain health-related knowledge, shape positive attitudes, develop practical health skills, and apply healthy practices in daily life. So, ito, ang key topics that is covered is the curriculum encompasses with a wide range of interrelated health domains. So, including dito na yung personal health, family health, community health, consumer health, environmental health, and sexuality educations, mental and promotion health, injury preventions, and disease control preventions. So ang tatandaan natin dyan, ang key insights lang natin is the school health curriculum help builds a foundation of lifelong healthy behavior, supporting both academic success and overall well-being. So it grows with the learners, fostering increasingly sophisticated understanding and application of health concepts. Okay, let's talk about naman the physical education and activity. Okay, so physical education and activity that is a planned sequential K to 12 curriculum that is designed to provide cognitive content and developmentally appropriate physical activities across various domains. So ang key learnings natin dito areas na is basic movement skill, physical fitness, rhythms and dance, aquatics. So ang goal of quality education of physical education is to promote the optimum development in all areas. So yung physical, which is the strength, endurance, and coordinations. In mental naman, that is focus and decision making. In emotional, yung confidence and resilience. Yung social, which is the teamwork and communication. So encourage a lifelong habits of physical activity and wellness. So ang key insights natin dito na a strong physical education program does more than build muscle. It supports the whole child's development and lays the foundations for a healthy and active lifestyle. Okay. What are the roles of school nurse? So yung school nurse natin is serve in a multiple capacities to support student health and learning. So we have your care provider which is offers direct health care to students like first aid, chronic disease management. And then meron tayong students advocate. So siya naman nag-ensure ng health needs are recognized and met within the school system. We have also educator, teaches health topics to students, staff, and families. We have also community liaison, which is connects families with health services and resources into the community. And then we have the case manager. In the case manager, that is coordinate care for students with complex health needs, including kung ano man po yung mga activity or plans. Okay? What are the essential skills of school nurses? Number one, we have your supervisory skills. That is ability to lead and manage staff or assistive personnel. And also, we have your independent practice. Paano naman yon? Confidence and competence in making clinical decision on their own. You have also here the delegations. That is appropriately assigning tasks while ensuring safe and effective care delivery. So, ang key insight lang natin dito, school nurses plays a vital role in educational environment, not just in the health services, but in supporting students' academic success, safety, and overall well-being. Okay, these are the emerging fields of community and public health nursing in the Philippines. Meron tayong tinatawag na home health care. That is a nursing practice that delivers health services to individuals and families in their own home. So ang primary goal lang natin dyan na to minimize the effect of illness and disability, to help patients recover, maintain functions, or achieve independence as much as possible. So, services may include here wound care, medication administration, health teaching, monitoring of chronic conditions, assistance with daily living and activities. And then we have tinatawag natin na hospice home care, that is specialized care provided at home to patients who are terminally ill. So usually with a prognosis of 6 months or less. So ang primary goal natin dyan nak to provide comfort care, pain relief, and emotional or spiritual support, enhance quality of life rather than cure illness, to support the patients and family during the dying process and throughout the bereavement. And ang focus natin dito na is compassion, dignity, and holistic care. So what is the key difference between home health care and hospice home care? In the home health care, focuses on recovery or maintaining the health, while hospice care focuses on comfort at the end of life. Next, we have your correctional nursing. In correctional nursing is a specialized area of forensic nursing that focuses on providing health care to individuals who are incarcerated in jails, prison, or detention centers. Ang key characteristic natin dito are the clients, which is the patients are inmates, people who are custody or serving the sentence. And nurses provides care while considering both the constitutional rights of the prisoners and security and safety protocols to protect both the nurse and then the facility. So, what it requires? Ang requires na lang natin dito sa correctional nursing na is strong foundations of clinical knowledge, awareness of legal, ethical, and correctional policies, sensitivity to the unique physical, emotional, and psychosocial needs of inmates. So, the ability to balance compassions with professional boundaries and institutional rules. Nurses in this field must respect the dignity and rights of incarcerated, navigate the challenges and related to mental health, substance abuse, and chronic diseases, work closely with security personnel, and follow strict safety procedures. So, ang key insight natin, correctional nursing is a challenging but vital role that ensure equitable healthcare for one of our society's most undeserved at a risk population while maintaining safety, professionalism, and ethical integrity. Next, we have your entrepreneurship in nursing. That is refers to the nurses engaging in independent practice or establishing healthcare related businesses either individually or collaboration with others. So why it's gaining momentum? So that is expand nursing roles beyond traditional setting, promotes autonomy, innovation, and leadership, addresses gaps in healthcare services in communities, and allows nurses to design services tailored to specific needs. So example of nurse-owned businesses, we have child wellness clinics, maternity clinics, wound care center, health education or training organization, home healthcare agencies, telehealth services, consultancy services in infection control, patient safety, or legal nurse consulting. So, ang benefits dito na is enhance access to specialized care, empowers nurses to use their expertise creatively, foster professional growth and financial independence and flexibility. So, nurse entrepreneur are trailblazer who blend clinical knowledge with businesses like businesses skill to transform healthcare delivery, meet unmet needs, and drive innovative solutions into the community. And then we have your community health nursing. So community mental health nursing is the application of psychiatric nursing knowledge in the promotions, maintenance, early diagnosis, care, and rehabilitation of our individuals with mental health needs within the community settings. So ang pinaka-goal lang natin kasi dito nak is to promote and maintain wellness of individuals, families, and groups, and enables the early detections and intervention for mental health issues, provide care and support for people with mental illness in the latest or in the least restrictive environment, and facilitates rehabilitation and reintegration into the community. So, ang core function natin dito na is mental health education and promotion, screening and early identifications of mental health conditions, case management and home visit, counseling and supportive interventions, crisis interventions and referral services, collaboration with families, school, workplace, and community organizations, and stigma reductions and advocacy for mental health rights. So ang pinaka-significance nito na is to reduce the institutionalization of patient, enhance the accessibility of mental health care, builds resilience and support system in the community, and promotes a holistic approach to public health or public mental health. And then when we say mental health, according to World Health Organizations, mental health is a state of well-being in which every individual realizes his or her own potentials, can cope with the normal stresses of life, can work productively and fruitfully, and able to make a contribution to his or her community. So, ang key elements dito na is self-awareness and self-fulfillment, resilience to stress, productivity in work or school, active participations in community life. So, ang importance ng mental health natin is the foundations of overall health and well-being, influence thoughts, emotion, and behavior, affects relationship, decision-making, and physical health, crucial for coping with life changes, trauma, and chronic conditions. Okay, let's talk about the purposes of community mental health nursing. Community mental health nursing focuses on promoting mental well-being, preventing mental illness, and providing care to individuals and families within the community settings. So, ang main purpose natin dyan na is number one is to promote mental health and well-being. So, by what? By enhancing coping mechanism, encourage emotional resilience, and reduce stigma around the mental illness. Number two, we have your early detections and intervention. So we need to identify the early signs of mental health issues, provide timely assessment and referrals, and prevent worsening of the symptoms. And the third one, we have provide accessible and ongoing care. So these are the delivery care in home and community setting, ensure continuity of care after hospitalizations, and monitor medications adherence and treatment responses. The fourth purposes is rehabilitation and reintegrations. That is, support the recovery and rehabilitations and facilitate community reintegrations and help clients live productive and independent lives. Okay, and the fifth purpose is health educations and advocacy that educate individuals and families about mental health, advocate for patient rights and equitable access to care, and lastly, to collaborate with schools, workplace, and local leaders. And fifth purposes of community mental health nursing is support families and caregivers to provide counseling and support to families, strengthen the family's ability to care for mentally ill, and promote family involvement in recovery. So these are the purposes of community mental health nursing, and this is the end of our discussion in terms of the different field of nursing. So thank you for listening.